Bob, we're going to talk a little bit about jigs and Texas rigging and the difference in how you use them, when you use it. So just walk us through those processes, and let's start with jigs.
All right, well, this jig here is an Outcast. It's ½ ounce, and I like to flip jigs when I'm around, wood and lay down logs and stuff, or hard bottom, even in like some maiden cane, reed, stuff like that. But I will switch between a Texas rig and a jig universally, to be honest with you. But when it's really thick stuff and I need to penetrate down through, I will throw a Texas rig. But jigs, I like to, you can hop them, crawl them, swim them, so pretty functional bait.
Kind of built sleek so it goes through the weeds, right? Is that why the eyelet's forward? You got a little bit of a weed guard on a lot of these jigs up here.
Guard. Absolutely. And typically, like I say, I put something on there depending on the time of year. Earlier in the year, I don't have a lot of movement. I go with smaller baits. Later in the year, I use a larger chunk. I try to get some flapping going on or movement. And I think the fish just tend to feed up more, towards the fall.
Okay, so switch gears now and show us a little bit about then that Texas rig and where you're going to use that application.
Okay. Well, typically, so I actually throw a Texas rig quite often, and a lot of times I'll use a tube hook. I leave the hook buried in there. I'll throw, up to 1.5 ounces weight. Really, fishing it in slop, thick stuff, coontail, milfoil, really when I want to drop down weedless in any presentation. Mm-hmm. And usually there's a canopy when you're in weeds like milfoil or something. You get through that first couple of feet. You can get it down in there, you can jig it up and down. So it again, very universal bait.